Hi, I'm Denise Olasala, and this is my sister,
Rosie Olasala.
We're the Olasala Sisters. Thanks for joining us today for another episode of Lit Bible Study with the Olasala Sisters. So today we are reading the Bible, the New International Version of the Bible. We are in Luke 16, verses 19 to 31, and it's the rich man and Lazarus. This is in the New Testament of the Bible, which is the second part of the Bible, from chapter of the book of Matthew to the book of Revelation. And then that's the New Testament. We're not in the Old Testament today, the beginning part of the Bible, just the new one, Luke 16, 19 to 31. Let's get into it. There was a rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day. At his gate was laid a beggar named Lazarus, covered with sores and longing to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his sores. The time came when the beggar died, and the angels carried him to Abraham's side. The rich man also died and was buried in hell, where he was in torment. He looked up and saw Abraham far away with Lazarus by his side. So he called to him, "Father Abraham, have pity on me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire." But Abraham replied, "Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here and you are in agony. And besides all this, between us and you a great chasm has been fixed, so that those who want to go from here to you cannot, nor can anyone cross over from there to us." He answered, "Then I beg you, Father, send Lazarus to my father's house, for I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them, so that they will not also come to this place of torment." Abraham replied, "They have Moses and the prophets. Let them listen to them." "No, Father Abraham," he said, "but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent." He said to him, "If they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead." Hello. So, Rosie, let's get into what are your thoughts with that?
Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let me check out my notes. So, there's Lazarus. Not the same one as...
Oh, yeah, we just looked that up. Okay, so... I was wondering if this is the same Lazarus. Like, there's another Lazarus who Jesus, like, I think it's that, the people say the shortest scripture in the Bible is Jesus wept. I think it's when he hears about Lazarus, but I might be mixing things up. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And he hears about his friend who died, and then he goes there, and I believe he resurrects him. So there's the Lazarus who gets resurrected, who was Jesus's, like, bestie. That's not this Lazarus. And there were other things when I was looking up this scripture. It was like, it's a parable, but then other people were like, it's not a parable. But either way, I guess it doesn't change anything for us because we're still going to discuss it, the story. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a Lazarus who's poor and he's a beggar. Mm-hmm. He's lying in front of the gate of this rich man. And then, so basically I'm saying, when the rich man goes to leave his compound, his beautiful, I just feel he has an amazing house. And then there's a gate. So when he goes to leave, anytime he's leaving the gate to go in and out of his house, there's that Lazarus. So he can either see him, he can probably smell him because, he probably hasn't showered for a long period of time because he's homeless, and then he has these sores. So I feel like the sores probably have a smell. And then gross that the dogs go and lick the sores. But he just wants some crumbs from the rich man's table. He doesn't get that. Okay, so whatever happens, so the rich man never helps him, never gives him some crumbs from his table, and he's probably saying stuff like, "Oh God, can I just walk by my house and not have you by my door?"
As he steps over.
Yep, skip on over, going. Pull up his fine linens that he's wearing with purple and hop on over you, just like that. And then hop on back and be like, "Oh my God," just all the things I can imagine he's doing.
He might kick some dust back too.
Oh, he did. Oh, and then, so now Lazarus dies, and then he goes he goes to be by Abraham. So that means to me he went to heaven. And then the rich man dies eventually. Same period of time, maybe not. Who knows? It doesn't matter. He goes to hell. And then he is just burning fire. He's thirsty. And then now he has time to look and not hop over anything. So he looks in the far distance and sees Abraham. And then sees Lazarus over there. So now, first of all, now you could recognize that was Lazarus. Like you looked him in the face when he was...
When you were hopping over.
Okay. You saw his face before? Whatever. Let me not get into it. So then he's like, so, so he's just like, Abraham, could you just do me a favor? Could you ask Lazarus to just come and just dip a finger into a bit of water and put it on my tongue? So I can just not be parched, like a little bit of moisture on my tongue. I just want a little bit of moisture.
Got that dry mouth. Need a
really
lozenge.
Just a drop. And Abraham's like, no. So my number one, when Lazarus was at your gate, this rich man hopped on over him. Where was he to give Lazarus a little bit of water from his finger? He hopped on over. So I just want you to have the same energy now that Lazarus is the rich man. Let Lazarus have the same energy that you did, and you should be okay with it because your roles switched. But I want the same energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, and then this is the thing. So you were fine with Lazarus being poor and a beggar, but now that you're the poor and the beggar, now it's a problem, and it's a problem that needs to be fixed
Today.
But when it was Lazarus, well, that's not my problem.
He looked up and he said, Abraham. He didn't wait and think. He said, Abraham, let me holler at you.
Let me holler at you real quick.
I see Lazarus over there.
How you doing? Could you just send him?
Just his finger. I just want just a
little bit of a finger. Now, you thought those fingers were dirty before, but now you want all that finger in the water and to put on your tongue. When I thought he was dirty, he is still dirty, okay?
Keep that same energy.
I will keep the same energy. I need this rich man to keep the same energy.
Switched up.
Quick. Okay. So then, now the rich man... So that was a no. Okay, so now he switches tactics. Okay.
Yes.
You know what? Abraham... So rich man asked Abraham, can you send Lazarus to go talk to my brothers so that they don't end up here with me?
Looking out
for your brothers. And then Abraham, thank goodness, tells him, if they didn't listen to Moses and all the other prophets, they're not going to listen to a dead man. Okay, so, all right. The rich man's like, okay, he didn't agree to that. Okay, so then now he goes, okay. So for me, I just felt that the rich man, even after Lazarus dies, and he didn't have respect for Lazarus. He just felt, first of all, he needed to apologize. Like, wow, before when I was rich and you were poor, I recognized that I didn't help you. And now that I'm the poor one and dying over here in hell every minute, wow, you were suffering like this. And I apologize for not caring, for not helping you. And then could you please just find it in your heart to just forgive me for my ignorance? And then also...
And one more thing.
Could you also just find it within yourself to be a bigger and better person than I was? And then just give me a cup of water, because who needs a finger of water? You know you're going to be super thirsty. But he just didn't. So I just feel he had a lack of respect for Lazarus.
Even after death.
And then the fact that you're asking Abraham to have Lazarus do things for you, to me, that was just a lack of respect.
Errand boy.
Yeah, because you're like, yeah, he's in heaven, but I'm still better. I'm still better than Lazarus. So could you send him to do all these things? And it's just like, and then it's the audacity for me of the rich person. Because that rich man didn't help Lazarus when he was alive.
Okay.
Then now he has all these expectations that somehow Lazarus should just help him.
Yeah.
And you never apologized.
You didn't.
And the apology isn't like, the apology is just there to show that you recognize you did wrong. And if given a chance, you would do better. And then, yes, you're also asking something for something. So, you can't hurt somebody and then, well, people do. You hurt somebody, then you tell them to do something for you.
Yeah.
There should be an apology. And then also, yeah, you shouldn't be hurting people.
And the best apology is changed behavior.
Exactly. But from what I saw in this, that man didn't change. He just wanted Lazarus to help him. Lazarus be Aaron boy. Also, Lazarus do this. Lazarus do that. And yeah, I'm still better than you, Lazarus. And yes, I'm in hell. I'm still better than you. So I just, the audacity for me.
Yeah.
What about your thoughts?
So one of the things like, we didn't grow up like learning about hell or like believing in hell. So it's always interesting when the Bible talks about hell. Like, I didn't even know that hell was like really in the Bible until we joined like until we started going to another church, and then they talked about hell and we're like, wait, is that really in the Bible? Because I feel like growing up
it wasn't there.
So yeah, I just, it's fascinating to me to read about hell, and to hear somebody in hell, because I still don't know like how I feel about hell, and is there hell, and are people like straight up suffering right now in hell? I don't know.
I feel like you should just avoid it.
Yes.
Maybe just like work to avoid going to hell.
Just in case it is there.
Just work on avoiding it.
Just don't, that's not our business.
That's not my business.
We don't need to, that's nothing for us. Just look the other side. That's
and
nothing
do
to do with
things
us.
that don't
Let's
make
do
you end up in hell.
Anti-hell things.
Thank you.
We're not pro-hell.
No,
We're
no.
anti-hell.
Yes.
So, so, okay, reading about this, and the rich man now is in hell, and Lazarus, I was happy for Lazarus.
Finally.
So
he got a break.
He he had such a bad life here. But as you were talking though, and how like we were saying the rich man hopped on
over, hiked up his linen and hopped on over.
Where does he get into this though?
Go ahead.
So what about when we're driving?
I was just thinking about that.
And then there's the homeless people.
I do turn my head. That's me hopping over.
And then what about they walk. So what we're talking about, we'll be driving, and then sometimes there's homeless people at different, like at the intersection with the light.
Specific intersections, they're always there.
Yeah. And then they come up, they either have a sign or like a cup or something, and they're asking for money or whatever it is. And then so like, it's like, okay, avoid eye contact. And just, you move, when they walk by you a little bit, you just move your car up a little bit. So, like, we're a little bit of the rich man when it comes to that. I think we gotta change our ways a little in that. So, we had done, though, you had seen something interesting about having, like, a homeless person Ziploc bag with some
putting some essentials for them, because so then it's a few things like a toothbrush, the travel size things, little deodorant, and a little bit of cash, a nice phrase, and just a little bit of snack. Like a nice Bible phrase that God loves you.
Oh, a phrase.
Yeah, okay. A phrase. And then a snack or two and a bottle of water.
Okay. So, like, now that I'm reading this, I'm like, we're the rich man. I thought I knew we weren't Lazarus because we're not, like, really suffering right now.
No.
So, like, we're just, like, chilling, like, living life.
Yeah, vibing.
Minding our business. We're
learning
just vibing
with
life, loving God, loving life, trying to be good people. But we also, no eye contact. Push your car up a little bit so they know to keep walking. And that's us hopping over. So I think let's at least, so what we used to do, like, we don't carry cash. Nobody carries cash.
Don't.
But I know we used to, before, we'd have a couple of dollars in the car. Always. Just in case, like, if you get robbed or something, you have something you can give.
And then also when we stop by the homeless people, we give.
Homeless person, you can give. So now I think we're not supposed to miss any of those homeless people. I think each time that we experience a homeless person, interact with them, I think we're being called to, like, do good.
Excuse me? Because when I drive to work,
what was that? What's up, rich man?
No, I'm not rich.
No. What you said, rich man?
No, I'm not rich.
What you said, rich man from health? No, I couldn't hear you. A little louder.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I pass a bunch of them.
I mean, what is that? Let's say we put aside $100 or something, and we buy like $100 each, and then we buy like a whole bunch of deodorant and toothbrush,
and then make
just a pack of like whatever, I don't know what food, cracker things.
Yeah, nice food.
Those what are they called? Non-perishable.
Individual snacks.
Yeah, food. Then we can put together. We can just do like. Maybe it's good to have at least like 3. Because honestly, when you're driving, yes, you might see many homeless people sometimes, but like only like 2 or 3 people are coming by your window.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about giving it to those 2 or 3, whoever's right there. So yeah, let's do that. Let's work on that.
Oh God. Because you know it was a goal I had a while ago?
It was, and then it fell off. Because we were just self-involved like the rich man. I don't want to be looking up talking about, wait, didn't I used to see you at the intersection?
I wouldn't know because I averted my eyes, so I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Then maybe they'd be like, oh yeah, it's me. Hey, Rosie. You used to see me on your way to work. When you'd go.
Me?
And drive past me.
Sure it was me though?
It was, and then Abraham, it was you.
Huh?
It was
That's
you.
not me. That's not me.
And then Jesus on Twitter, this you? Rosie?
No,
this
no,
you?
it's not me.
Rosie
Let me do
rolled
better.
out the window. No, Jesus. You're going to tell Jesus it wasn't you?
Okay, well, first of all, I wasn't rolling up the window because...
Oh, man. I think we're called to do better on this. Let's just do that. But maybe we can do a video, like putting together our thing. And then we can have, like, maybe just putting together, like, that bag. And then we could put like maybe like 2 or 3, maybe 4 in the car. Because maybe on your way to work, maybe you'll have 2 give out, and then on your way back. But yeah, that's something real.
And that's doable because also, yeah, like right now, you know, I'm not going to work every single day. Oh gosh, so even if I went every single day,
even if you went every single day, I think you still, if somebody comes up to you, would it have been better if like Lazarus, like I guess, I mean, what's his face? The rich man was like, oh. Today I'll be a human. The other days I'm an animal and you're not getting nothing. Starve, Lazarus, starve. Like, I don't know, Rose. I think it's so easy for us. We just got lazy and self-involved and forgot to do that because you really had a good idea.
I wanted that idea.
Had, like, a Pinterest, like you showed me on Pinterest or something.
And then like I had a list because I love lists, so I made a list.
Okay,
let's
do that after we finish this video. Let's make a list.
Okay,
and then plan that out. That'll be good.
Yes.
We'll need like Ziploc bags.
You're not going to call me the rich man.
Rich man. This is the one time you don't want to be the rich man.
I want to be the rich man in this specific story this one time.
You had a point also about the names that you didn't mention. You were saying like Lazarus.
Oh yeah, thank you. So they, in the Bible, they gave us the name of Lazarus, so we know his name, and they were just like rich man. So to me, anytime you specifically name somebody, you're like, this person's important.
There's value
in this person. Focus on what they're doing. Look at that. Versus that rich man. It's like,
rich man could be anybody.
That's anybody.
Yeah.
So names are important, first of all.
Yeah.
And then in a story, naming somebody, it's important because they went out of their way to specifically tell us Lazarus' name. They could have just also said the rich person's name, or said the rich man and that poor guy, the rich man and the beggar with, you know, so the fact that they named the person, I was just like, oh, that's important.
I like that. I agree with that. Yeah. So we have our action plan.
And so in this one specific time, I don't want to be the rich man. I'm going to do better.
The rich man, no. But I want to be Lazarus after death. Not Lazarus
before.
Not the sores the suffering and the... enough.
It's a lot.
Enough. All right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Lit Bible Study with the Olasala Sisters. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be blessed.